Revenge of the Sith, tonight on the Reedsters Lounge. Stay right here. Welcome everybody to episode 7 of the Reedsters Lounge. Tonight we're going to cover Revenge of the Sith. That's episode 3 of the prequel trilogies to Star Wars. And thanks for joining us. I'm the Reedster, and as always, this is the Blondie.
Hello.
And tonight we're going to jump right in there with memorable moments from this one. As we both know, the great opening scene of the great space battle. To me, that's my first memorable moment, seeing such a space battle on a grand stage. To this day, I can still watch that thing and just peer into the background and have my own little adventures in my mind as to what's going on, because there was so much going on in those battles.
I really like the elevator scene where Obi-Wan was telling R2 to fix the elevator, make it go up, because for some reason it stopped. And, R2 was trying to be inconspicuous, with the droids overhearing him and whatnot. Anyhow, to me, I thought that was really fun how R2 made the elevator go down, then, Obi-Wan's like, no, make it go back up, and R2 finally gets it to go back up. Anakin's on top of it. I thought for sure he was going to slice them 2 droids above his head, in half, but instead the elevator chops them. To me, that was one of my favorite parts.
Oh yeah, there was definitely a lot happening there. And during all this stuff going on, you had the larger clone vessel go side by side with that droid vessel that our heroes were on. And what surprised me about that is as they were exchanging fire, the first one to take substantial damage in the movie was the clone ship. Blew up one of their big guns, and shortly thereafter the droid vessel sustained very similar damage. However, with the droid vessel, it started taking a nosedive down towards the planet. And that surprised me about them both being almost of equal mass vessels, that we had just seen one take that kind of damage and then the droid vessel take a similar type of damage. And you would think that'd be the strongest vessel out there, because that was carrying Grievous, and they also had Chancellor Palpatine on board. And they wouldn't have put him on just any ship. They would have put him on their toughest ship.
Right.
Okay, so that takes care of that. I think, speaking of Grievous, this would probably be the best time to throw in there. This is our first look at General Grievous. And I just thought he was really neat looking. Definitely a memorable moment for me, with him coming out on his coffin and stuff. So even though he was in semi-robotic form, everything wasn't peachy keen with him. Yeah, so at this point is the first time we see Grievous, General Grievous, and I thought he looked really neat with his robotic style outfit. And we're soon to learn a little bit more about where he plays into the thick of the plot here, but for now, we get our first look at Grievous very briefly. And then it quickly gets into our heroes' encounter with Dooku while trying to save the Chancellor. How'd you feel about that stuff? I mean, that was a memorable moment for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Take it away, Blondie.
I think the Chancellor was making it way too obvious that he didn't really need saving.
Ooh, is that how you felt?
Yeah.
That's an interesting take.
I think he was making it way too obvious. Where Obi-Wan and Anakin were, busy, though, fighting and all that. I think if they weren't so busy, they would have recognized that he was,
Well, now that you mention it, he did seem awfully calm sitting in that chair.
Yeah, and he was smiling from time to time. And
well, that's because our heroes couldn't see it. So I could see him, knowing what we know now, I could see him taking certain pleasures of different parts of it, as well as, ooh, that was a bit harsh type of maneuver from Dooku whenever he was crushing down on Kenobi. Right. Anyway, so yeah, that's an interesting take. He was awfully calm for being
captive.
Yeah, and he was being treated pretty nicely. No evidence of being beaten.
Right. He only had a couple of wrist bands or whatever you want.
Well, they were some sort of futuristic harnesses on his wrists.
Yeah.
But still, under no guard, But let's bear in mind that General Grievous, Dooku, knew if anyone of importance was going to come after the Chancellor, it would have been the Jedi. So I can understand why bother having the added security there, because the Jedi just would have chewed them up anyway. So the actual encounter, which was very early on in the movie, so I was surprised that we had a rematch, Kenobi, Anakin with Dooku, and I was very impressed. I enjoyed the fight. It was a memorable moment in the movie, but I'm surprised there was, again, not so much force power, just lightsaber.
There was some, just not a lot, yeah. Where they get thrown around, and then Dooku put that thingy on, whatever it was called, down on Obi-Wan.
Right. Dooku was definitely throwing around the force powers at moments, but nothing from our Jedi heroes. I was just a bit taken by that. I thought, given how fast Dooku was able to dispatch them in round one, that they wouldn't put just a little bit more behind this one.
Yeah.
Because they know if they don't act quickly, Dooku will, because he needs to. It's 2 against 1.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it was a very interesting fight.
Well, he was just so arrogant that he thought, oh, well, I'll just defeat these guys again.
Arrogant? Or
was he
a
told?
false sense of security? No. What if Dooku thought, going right into speculation that doesn't matter now, years removed, maybe Dooku didn't put everything he had into it, assuming the Emperor was going to bail him out in the event that he couldn't win.
Because he knew that the Chancellor actually was.
Yeah, he knew
Sidious.
exactly who he was dealing with here.
Yeah.
But the Emperor chose not to act because it would blew his cover.
Right.
But Dooku probably didn't know that. He assumed, well, if push comes to shove, my man, Sidious, he'll bail me out. He won't let me go. So yeah, that could have very well been, which takes us to the dismantling of Dooku.
Yeah, which I was really surprised that Anakin was so quick to do that. With Palpatine telling him, kill him, he's a threat. I didn't think that, Anakin would actually do it.
Memorable moment. I did not expect Anakin to do that either. I mean, yes, Dooku was unarmed, but the Jedi Code obviously forbids such actions. He even brought it up himself. Yeah, it didn't take much convincing for him to just go ahead and do away with Dooku. Hey, hello everyone. If you like what you've seen so far, why don't you click this box right here, go to the full show, you may enjoy it. And if you would like to help out the channel, you can click this little round circle over here and subscribe and help us out a lot. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you over there real soon. Thanks.